if you ever want to speak, I'm always here. It just looks like you're going through a lot. If you're not comfortable speaking with a housemate, you know that you can speak to Big Brother to get someone just to distress, not because there's anything wrong with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with you.
And Doyin said to Ike, if you are looking for someone to confide in, someone to talk to, I'm always there for you. But if you still does not want to talk to me and you also does not want to talk with me, you can as well meet Big Brother. Big Brother is going to provide a psychologist or a therapist for you. And in as much as Ike is not fully admitting that he actually needs to speak to someone, he was still appreciating the fact that Doyin noticed that he is feeling a type of way. Now, Doyin is not the first housemate that has noticed that it may seem as though Ike they behave. White Money was the first housemate to notice that, and during his direct section, was it on Tuesday or Wednesday, White Money told Big Brother that he thinks that Ike needs to see a therapist or a psychologist based on how White Man has observed the way Ike is behaving. Now, do you think that Ike actually needs a psychologist or a therapist, or do you think that this is Ike's strategy? Then he is also strategizing his strategy to make people believe that he actually needs a therapist. Then share your thoughts and your observation with me in the comment section, and I am also going to just analyze what I have observed so far when it comes to whatever it is that Ike is doing, and also whatever it is that the housemate has also observed when it comes to how Ike has been behaving. But before I do that, of course, you already know that this is the voice of the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of all the entire occurrences of the ongoing Bigbrothernaija Season 8 Team All-Stars edition. And as usual, my only primary assignment is to always unpack, if not to summarize, the entire occurrences that has occurred, occurrence that might bet further occurrences. We know that as far as this one has been evicted last Sunday, as far as the remaining 19 housemates that are in Biggie's house, each and every one of them came in with a strategy. And Ike, we all know, is a gamer that games the game properly. Ike is this kind of person that knows how to psychologically deal with people very well. Let me just state my observation. Ike has always said that he loves drama. That was one of his reasons for liking Tacha, because Tacha brings drama.
I think we're all dealing with some level of stress in this house, and we cope with stress differently.
Ike knows how to instigate things directly and indirectly. How do I just explain this? For an instance, now Ike intentionally now went downstairs, packed all the foods that are meant for the collective. He now took it upstairs, came downstairs, and now said that it was his BFF that said that he should do so, whereas his BFF were not aware with this particular decision. Now, what he wanted to achieve is to make the entire housemate to just hate the BFF instead of him, the head of the house, that executed this particular plan single-handedly. If not that the housemate went to just discuss with the BFF, and they now decided to exonerate themselves and extended the exoneration by also bringing down all those food downstairs. Now, he could have instigated a fight between the housemate and the BFF, while he will now sit by the corner and watch. Ike was the one that also planned with Venita for them to sabotage the preparation of the wager tax that they just lost. While Venita and PERE were having that fight, Ike ran upstairs to just go and sleep in the head of the house lounge.
I apologize for talking about your queen role in front of everyone. I thought that me and you can have a fight, and you know that it's fake. You understand?
Ike intentionally decided to just fight Mercy over Mercy playing the role of a queen that same day that URIEL was opposing the decision of Mercy playing the role of a queen. At the end of that day, while they were having a conversation in the garden, Ike, Mercy, PERE, I think White Money was also there. Mercy wanted to just attack Ike on the fact that Ike also wanted to just fight her. Ike was like, so I thought you should have known that each time I wanted to just create fight with you, you should know that it's just for content and it's just fake. Is it what Ike wanted to achieve? No. Ike intentionally wanted to trigger Mercy, but because he did not achieve his aim, as it did not work out the way Ike planned it, Ike now overturned it, saying that it was just a fake fight. Now, Ike has been in the house while ILEBAYE was just creating her drama here and there. By the time ILEBAYE received that double strike from Biggie, Ike decided to be the one that will give ILEBAYE third strike. He noticed that ILEBAYE is just hanging on a rope, and he wants to be the person that will just cut that rope. Thank God that Biggie intervened. He is not still happy. Even this morning, when Biggie now said that they should write the list of something in the paper, ILEBAYE was just telling Ike, I want to write my name. Ike intentionally ignored ILEBAYE until Doyin just have to plead ILEBAYE's case. Even when Doyin was pleading ILEBAYE's case, Ike kept on saying, ILEBAYE have to say. So I said, but I just told you ILEBAYE said that she's going to write her name, that she's interested in write her name. And Ike was like, I will still ask her. Then Doyin just have to involve TOLANIBAJ. TOLANIBAJ wanted to just excuse herself until she now said, Ike, this is how you just used to do. This guy just know how to drag things. By the time he's done with you psychologically, mentally, you will not say you are playing a game with somebody. Now, let's just talk about, is it true that this guy not they come off for his head, or is it all about his strategy in this game? White Money has already said that he have observed the guy. He noticed that they need to just put 1 or 2 or 3. And White Money pleaded on behalf of Ike, begging Big Brother to provide either a therapist or a psychologist for Ike. Then yesterday again, while Ford was in the diary room for him to stake his money point coin, he also pleaded with Big Brother, saying that Ike is losing it. And if care is not taken, that he's going to just explode sooner or later. That Big Brother should just look into it and also provide a therapist or a psychologist for Ike.
Snapping and like this moment you're happy, this moment you're like, not a very normal behavior.
Also, Friday afternoon, before they made their way to the arena for them to just present the wager tax that they eventually lost, CEEC also made a point that it may seem as though Ike don't already run mad, and he was just giving instances on how Ike has been doing things that concludes that it may seem as though the guy might just be deranged, or maybe he's just going through something that he does not just want to just pour out. And he kept on explaining on how Ike, whether intentionally or unintentionally, wanted to just sabotage their wager tax, especially the one that happened on when they're just trying to work on the script, on how Ike came to just snatch the script from CEEC and now went upstairs and now went to just go and sleep. They kept on giving instances on how Ike has tried to instigate 1 or 2 fights, and when you just wanted to just ask him, sometimes he will pretend that he did not even do it. Doyin also made mention that he also has noticed that Ike's brain, they switch on and off. By the time it's just switched on, he felt that it's active, the next thing just go off. That Ike is this somebody that will just be triggered unnecessarily. You just notice I just want to get angry unnecessarily. And SEYI also has also noticed that, in fact, the 4 BFF of Ike, speaking about SEYI, Venita, Mercy, and CEEC has all noticed this. That was why Doyin now decided to just have this conversation with Ike, telling Ike, I have noticed the way you have been doing things, especially the fact that you are this head of the house. I felt that it came with much responsibility, much more that you felt that you can handle, and it has also triggered what has been triggering your trigger.
And I understand that maybe you had to live your life that way, but that's not normal.
Ike now opened up to Doyin that yes, he is just so stressed. And then Doyin was like, do you think you still want to talk to somebody? Ike ignored that particular part, was just only appreciating Doyin for just walking up to him and also noticing that he has not been himself all this while. Then Ike said if he has to do with the fight that he just had with Mercy, that he is now promising himself and also promising Doyin that he will never ever fight with Mercy, that any day that Mercy decided to just speak to him, that is either he will just start laughing at Mercy hysterically, or he will just press ignore button. Well, the conversation continues. Then Ike was like, he's just so tired that he's just going to go upstairs, have a shower, then marry his bed. Now, from all this that I have just unpacked, do you think that Ike at this moment needs a psychologist or a therapist? To me, I felt for now that Ike is just playing game. But I also have to admit that most of these guys in Biggie's house currently, they used to, and because it's not available for them to calm their brain down. And the one that Biggie used to provide for them is not enough. I'm talking about the one that they purchased during their weekly shopping. They will just 2 days, it's already finished. So they're just trying to calm themselves down. If you notice Cross, once that comes, you will see Cross holding something, and that is just acting as a substitute for whatever it is that he said that he is selling with licorice. And if you notice that once that triggers Summer, is either Summer will just go and stay alone in the garden, or you will see him being alone on his bed. So the point is that Soma I noticed, Cross I noticed, I don't know about PERE, and Ike or that one is already CEO, because they cannot give the, unlike the BB Titan that they provided enough for a boo-boo and Melly. It's really affecting them, because I think that's what they used to use to calm themselves when they are angry. Hence, you may seem as though that the Ike is behaving as if he needs a psychologist. I think it is what it is. Up until now, I doubt if Ike actually needs a psychologist or a therapist. I felt that what he uses to calm his nerves is not there. And that is why when he now triggers, he will now just try to control himself. That is on how long he's going to stay in Biggie's house. And in all of this, them saying that his brain is switching on and off, I felt this is just Ike's strategy. That guy is very calculative. He knows exactly what he is doing. And each time he is caught, Ike will still look for a way to still just manipulate you. Just like when Venita was telling Ike earlier Friday morning that Ike is no longer on her side. Ike now told him it is because Adekunle has now taken you away from me. Just like also when Doyin confronted Ike on why Ike refused to just write ILEBAYE's name. It was just the way Ike was busy just rigmaroling. And during Angel's diary section, when he also went into the diary room for him to stake her money point, he also told Big Brother that everybody in this house should just avoid Ike, because Angel has finally clocked Ike's strategy and Ike's game. And from everything that Angel told Big Brother, she never made mention that Ike need a psychologist or a therapist. Rather, she unpacked everything Ike has been doing, on how he has been instigating, on how he felt that he has been strategizing his strategy. Now, in the comment section, do share with me your thoughts. Do you think that Ike actually needs a psychologist or a therapist? Or do you also agree with me that it's all about strategies and game for Ike? It's okay for you to argue or agree with me. And if you agree with me, I love you, please love me too. And if you are arguing with me, please, while you are at that, 1 Corinthians 14:40. Is this the first time ever you are coming across my channel? Please do not leave without publicly promoting and publicizing my channel by simply clicking on the red icons down below to subscribe to my channel. Also, do endeavor to turn on the notification bell that is right beside the subscribe button for you not to miss out once I upload any fresh, interesting, and entertaining gist that has to do with the ongoing Bigbrothernaija Season 8 themed All Stars. As an entertainer, it's always my pleasure to entertain you guys with entertaining entertainment and